All right, guys, come on over. You can come on up with me, Andrew. Let me turn this around, make sure I can see it. All right, guys, you can stand like right there, guys, and we'll face this way. I've got Andrew here. He's going to help us out. First thing with posing is you've got to get your feet right, all right? So we're not going to stand flat-footed. We want to actually do like a tripod with your feet. So your heels, the ball of your foot right here, and your big toe. So 1, 2, 3. We want to stand like that. A little bit of a twist in our knees so our leg muscles pop. Okay, so just practice that with your legs. Stand about. Sorry, what's that?
Twist in or out? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, sorry. Toes slightly out.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you want to face this way with me, we'll face them so they can model us. Toes slightly out, and it's, instead of knees like that, we're going to watch this. Twist them. And that's going to help your quads pop. And we're standing on this tripod feet. Okay, a slight bend in your knee. And you can feel your quads. It's like if you stood here for a long time, they'd get sore, all right? You can feel it, right? All right, so that's step one. It's all in the feet. So next, we're going to talk about upper body. We're going to slightly, like we're hip hinging, tilt our hips back a little bit. And this is going to like push our upper body forward because the judges are right here. We want to look bigger to the judges down here. Next, and this is called front relaxed. And believe me, you're nothing but relaxed. You're going to be like arms out here like this, okay? Now, you know how to flare your lats? Andrew's going to show you here. See it right there? Lats are popping. I wish I could just go bam and show you how to do it, but it takes practice. And like the more you practice, and you're just thinking about elbows. I'm pulling my lats out with my elbows. So I go back and just like boom, there they are, okay? And you want to have like, hands away from your body because, man, you've worked hard on these abs. You don't want them to be hidden. So boom, right here. This is front relaxed. We've got our knees slightly out, making our quads pop. We got our hips back a little bit, and we're doing this. Or anything but relaxed. So this is called front relaxed. Cool? All right. Now, before we start our quarter turns, and let me check out Andrew, man. That's perfect. See, and you can even see his shoulders popping from the side. Everything's popping. Now check this out. Talk about classic posing. Getting a little asymmetrical, giving the judges a lot to look at. I want you to go from this. I want you to step over just a little bit, and I want you to shift to this leg a little bit, and raise to the ball of your foot right here, flexing your calves. So instead of like being straight up, I'm just going to go shift my hips. So even if you have to touch your sides, shift your hips this way, like that. All right? Now on the same leg, I call it my power leg, I'm gonna flex my arm. So power, think power this side that I'm putting most of my weight on. And I'm gonna bring my fist up. Who's this, like the statue of David? Was it Michelangelo? Who carved that?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Michelangelo. So we're thinking it's kind of inspired by that. So we're gonna put our fist kind of over our chest, flexing your bicep, of course. You're looking down, admiring it, and we're gonna put our hand just on our hip or leg right here. All right? So check that out. And remember, there's this shift in our hips. So we're not leaning to the side. We're like, whoop! We're straight up and down here, but there's this sway to our lower body. All right? Now and you can kind of like just make your hands go away from your body. Now let's do it to the opposite side. It's the power leg. Remember, that's where you do your good. Fist right there, boom. How do you like that? Pretty fun. Remember, ball your foot, flexing your calves. Now let's do it to the other side. Ball your foot, flex your calf. You're showing off the quad sweep here. Flex, hand on your hip. Looking down at that bicep, good. And then one more time to this side. Good, cool. I'm gonna change the camera angle a little bit. Now let's do a favorite here. While we're talking about the front double bicep, we want to give the judges more to look at than just a straight up and down So here's what we're gonna do. You know that power leg we did, I showed you? Instead of doing this, we're gonna be in this position. So go ahead and like do the power move. Fist, hand on the hip, spiking the calf. Now, we're gonna take both our arms in front of us, kind of spread them out like almost like we're treading water, running our hands through the water. We're gonna bring it up. Now, what I want you to do is do an imaginary lat pull down. Pull those elbows down, target them to your lower back, and then we're gonna open up by twisting our arms and fists back, okay? Let me show you another trick. Put your thumb in between your fingers, and that'll help you a little bit. So like, we go up, thumb in between fingers, lat pull down, neutral grip lat pull down, back, and lean back. If we're doing a back, if it's a back double bicep, or if it's front double bicep, remember hips back, boom. And we're showing, we should have a straight line, elbow to elbow, not like that, not like that, but a straight line, and we're flexing. And if you're on stage, judges are down there, you might even want to tilt down a little more, you know, depending on how high the stage is, but we're holding it. And if you're starting to like shake, that's good. That shows you, hey, let's work on holding these poses longer. I know I've not been doing them a ton in the off season. Let's go down, switch legs. You know, feet first, tripod feet, flex the calf, ball your foot, shift the hips, but our body is straight up and down, not slanted. Let's go down, up, lat pull down, fists like this, boom. And then the tough part is to smile. Look like you're happy to be there. You're looking good, guys, looking good. You look at Jeremy's softballs and his biceps. You're looking good, man. Jeremiah looks like he's like 6 weeks out. All right, so next, let's go back to front relaxed.
Okay.
All right, remember this? Remember, boop, tweak those knees out, make those quads pop. Even if you're like me, you don't have huge legs, you get cut up enough and you learn how to engage them right, they look bigger than they. I actually tricked a judge into saying I had good quads last show. Like, it's all about an illusion. All right, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna teach you how to do a quarter turn. So you're on stage, he's like, gentlemen, relax. That means do this. Then he says, quarter turn to the right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna face this way. So right foot first. Left foot, I'm gonna put just barely in front of my right foot. But that way, I can smash my hamstring into that back leg. And by smashing the hamstring into the leg, it's gonna make the hamstring look bigger. All right?
Yep.
So I got this set up. I'm just maybe barely bending the knees, because I know they might count you down for that. And remember the front relax like this? We're doing the same thing, only I'm gonna slightly twist my body. All right? And so make sure, the key is, you're gonna have your glute muscles potentially showing a little bit, hamstrings. If you're shredded and stage condition, you're gonna have some muscles right here popping. Look at that. We don't wanna hide that. So check out, he's doing a good job. He's not blocking anything he should be. Also notice these chest muscles right here, these striations. You're doing like a fly right here. And then this shoulder should be slightly higher than that one. You can drop it a little bit. Yeah. So that's what you want. That's what you want. You see right here, the chest definition? So that is when you turn to the right. So we're here. Okay. Now he's gonna say, gentlemen, face the back. So we're gonna turn around. I want you to pretend like you're in a box. Okay? Now, we're gonna stand in the middle of this box right now. Same position as the front. The only difference is when we do this, instead of like hips going back and looking down at the judges, we want to bring our hips forward a little bit, still engage your glutes because you're getting judged by that. And we're gonna lean back a little bit and spread our lats, but your arms have to be way out. So it's gonna be like this, you know? Face the back. This is one of the hardest things to do. Because like when you practice this in the mirror, you can't see your back, can you? So what we want to do is make sure our lats are spread. So like it's going to be, I like to start in the back, kind of like I'm doing a row, and just like spread. My lats are attached by a string. When you did that, Jeremy, they're way wider than they were like 30 seconds ago. It worked. So like, whatever you did mentally, keep practicing that. That worked.
So I push towards my lower back, like where you've got the dimples in your back.
Yeah.
Push my shoulders back harder, so it pushes your front forward, and then
Yeah, push your shoulders back harder, and then the lats will come forward with them. Your lats are popping, especially on this side, more so than that side. So you're onto something.
That's the one thing I do. So lat spread.
Yeah. Look at these guys. All right, so, and when you lean back, man, just by leaning back and thinking, okay, I'm gonna point towards the judges, it's gonna engage more of your back. So that does a lot. Chris Bumstead, they're like, how'd you bring up your back from 2019 to 2020? He said, he just changed the way he posed. He literally like just leaned back more. So that does a lot. All right, now, while we're facing the back, let's practice back double bicep. Remember that box I told you about? Okay, left foot is gonna be in the top left of the box. Right foot is gonna be in the back right of the box. Now check out the angles. You got it. So, and let me say this, how wide you go depends on your physique. A lot of open bodybuilders, I'm gonna do it from the front, are gonna go super wide because they really want their hamstrings and glutes to pop because they're in like a G-string basically.
Yeah.
Classic physique, that X-frame may take away from your width and your V-taper. So especially like the 70s guys, Frank Zane, Arnold, Mike Minster, they actually did back double bicep like this. That way it was like super narrow. I compromised with my guys. I'm like, let's still do the stance so we get our hamstrings to really pop, but I'll just narrow it. So like actually this, you see this box right here, that's actually a really good size. So I'm gonna go facing out here with my left foot, facing out here with my right foot. And I start with my feet, tripod left foot. I'm gonna be on the ball of my foot here, spike on my calf. And I'm flexing my calf with this leg. And I'm gonna go, lean back. I'm gonna go back up until lat pull down, pull it down, spread it out, and look at a bicep. By looking, it's gonna tense up your back muscles a little bit more. And your fist, guys, push your fist back. That's gonna expose more of your bicep to the judges, like this. And also, you're flexing the heck out of your glutes. That way they're showing through your trunks. That's good. And you can maybe even lean back a little more. Yeah, that's it. That looks good. Yo, let me see from the back here, guys. That's good. Bring your elbows a little bit more. Your shoulders are, okay, there we go. That looks good. Bring your elbows up a little bit more for you. There we go. And I bring these wrists in a little bit. There we go. When you did that, your bicep pops like a lot more. Awesome, guys. Okay, let's say gentlemen face the front. Now, so we're in our front relaxed pose. They're gonna say, this is gonna be your money maker, guys. This is like what you're gonna hit in the gym in the mirror. Front double bicep, which we did earlier. Let me show you a variation of it. We did it like this, right? Then you can change it into like a unilateral kind of deal. And when they call a favorite classic pose, Chris Bumstead does this. We'll go like this, and instead of just like double, we're gonna put one hand on our side. Remember we did this earlier with this? So it's just a variation of that, like, okay? Yeah, and the key is, if you feel yourself kind of slanted, well, you wanna push that hip in, all right? And this is like a really popular pose, and it's easy to do, easy to look good doing it, all right? Then let's relax. Here's another popular one, side chest. They'll say either face to left or right, whichever side you're comfortable doing it first. Similar to the quarter turn. So I'm gonna do quarter turn to the right. only difference, I'm gonna go on the ball of my foot. I'm gonna put it right here, okay? I'm smashing my hamstring into this back leg to make it look bigger. Here's the other thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna put my hand on my wrist. I'm gonna smash my bicep into my rib cage and kind of slide it back as I'm puffing my chest out, because this is side chest. I want my chest to look huge. Okay, so I'm gonna slide it, puff my chest out. I'm gonna make sure my right shoulder is a little bit higher than my left one. It's like I'm doing a cable fly right here to flex that, okay? So I'm like, that looks good. And it's like hamstring is popping. Right chest is popping. And I've got my bicep smashed into my rib cage. And be careful not to, like, you know, we want to puff that chest out, man. It makes you, that looks good, that looks good. Puff your chest out a little bit more, Jeremy. You can bring this twist a little bit more this way. Not that way, but this way. There you go. Yeah, that looks great. That looks great. Yeah. And look here. Yeah, you see how you're smashing that into your rib cage? And when you do that, see how defined he looks? It brings out more definition. You get the chest popping there. All these poses, it's called side chest. But dude, you're showing off more than just the chest. Now, let's go through, how much time we got? Okay, we got probably a few minutes. Let's go through the quarter turns. All right, so let's do front relaxed. Spread the lats. Let's do quarter turn to the right. Left foot slightly in front of your right foot. Smash that hamstring. And just like the front relaxed, twist it. We're doing a fly right here. And we're flexing our tricep down here. Chest up. And if you're lean enough, and I will be in 6 months, you get the obliques, you crunching down on them. My guys got them right here, you can see them. Andrew's looking good, all right? Face the back. Remember, legs the same as the front, but we're really tensing our hamstrings. And we're gonna lean back. Remember, elbows making our lats really wide. Okay, quarter turn to the right. Left foot is on the back wall. Right foot is gonna go slightly in front of our left foot. Smash that hamstring right here. And we're gonna do the same thing we did to the other side, but now left pec is in the fly motion, boom. Looks good, looks good. Now, I mean, you've been posing a while, it's a good workout. Like you guys, I can tell we're more pumped up. You look more muscular than you did 10 minutes ago. All right? Now, gentlemen, face the front. And when you say face the front, you better not just do this. You gotta always be like, okay, okay. Never relaxed. Okay. Do you have a favorite pose?
Yes, I do. So it's gonna be abs and thighs.
Abs and thighs,
Yes,
that's
sir.
a good one. Now, abs and thighs, this is a good one to practice as well. Especially once you get lean enough to see abs, it's exciting. There's several ways to do this. We can stick, just to keep it easy today, remember this pose? With the power, as I call it, the power stance. You can do it to either side. And we're going to bring our arms overhead. Some guys will point their elbows out. Some guys will like pull their elbows over, whichever one you feel like is going to make your lats pop better. It really just depends on your physique. I've seen guys do both. And then when you get them overhead, what you're going to do is while staying upright, you're going to do a crunch. So it's like this. And it kind of twists a little bit. There's judges here, judges there. Or if you're doing it in the mirror at the gym, you know, just kind of showing off, hey everybody, check out my abs. All right, and you feel the crunch and you're smiling. We could talk about doing vacuums too, it's a whole nother thing. And you go from that to a, did you feel it already?
Yeah, you're the one who told me the trick about taking your hand and smashing it in there. Like
Yeah. That's how I learned to do a vacuum. I was stubborn, my body did not want me to vacuum. And I just was like, you're gonna do this. So I started shoving my fist in and got it. But yeah, abs and thighs. You can also do it like this. Some guys will flex their thigh like that.
That's my preference.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can do it like this. You just got that really tensed. All right. Now, we got about another minute. I'm gonna show you one more fun pose. Good one to do with the mirror at the gym. This is a good classic pose. So I want you to do the power stance like this. And I want you to bring your arms out. And I'm gonna pivot this foot as I bring my arms across the water. I'm gonna pivot to the ball of my foot as I shift my hips a little bit. And we're gonna do the mantis pose. You've seen Mark Mensner and a lot of, he looked amazing at this pose. So what I do, I got my left arm up, and I'm flexing here, flexing the bicep. And this one is just slightly under it, smashed into my chest. I got my chest flexed over here. All right, looks good, looks good. Yeah, you can bring that elbow up maybe just a little bit, yeah. And I always like to, instead of like that, I kind of do this to bring out the forearm as much as possible. There we go, that looks good. Yeah, okay. Guys, good work. Hopefully that helped you get a start. It's all about practice. So every physique is different. And what I prefer to do is because my physique, and it may not be the best for Andrew's physique on stage, You gotta make little shifts. You'll learn, hey, I look good when I do that, but not so much with this, and you roll with that. And it takes practice, but if you practice and close your eyes and do it and then open in the mirror, you'll get good at it.
Can I throw something out there, Doug?
Do it, brother.
Okay. So guys, with the lat flex, okay, every other flex in the Rolodex of flexes is going to be something that involves actually flexing a muscle, a squeeze, right? The lat flex is a different beast. All it is you're opening up your scapula. The scapula is going to open, drop down, that's depress, and protract out. So if you can imagine in your mind's eye that your scapula, which is your shoulder blade, is dropping down and opening up, there's no squeeze involved. No squeeze, it's just here. And they open. I like to trail my thumbs in my back like this and drag them out like curtains and then lean back into them. So that's all I got. Thank you, Doug.
That's really helpful, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
Yeah, man.
helping out, man.
Yeah.
And appreciate you guys hanging out.
Well fun, man.
You look good, man.
Thanks, bud.
He's 17 years old.
You're 17?
Yeah.
You compete physique?
Oh, yeah. We're going to do
I like that.
box
Yeah.
classic.